Hello and welcome. My name is Brian Caplen. I'm editor of The Banker. I'm here with Danielle Myles, who's the Investment Banking and Capital Markets editor. And we're at the Banker's Investment Banking Awards 2017. Danielle, it's obviously a very exciting night. You were one of the judges, and it's been a very tumultuous time for investment banking over the last 12 months. I mean, did that show up in the kinds of awards entries that you received?
Absolutely. So our awards period goes from June to June. So starting back in June 2016, kicked it off with Brexit, onto the US elections, and then onto some of the European elections as well. And what's really clear is how invaluable the investment banks were at helping their clients navigate that period, be it risk management, opportunistic M&A or IPOs.
Okay, now one of the things that we do with the Bankers Awards is we focus very much on innovation. So we're not big on league tables, it's all about innovation, which makes it a very level playing field for the independent banks and the smaller banks. Have we seen more of those banks coming into the process?
We really have. It's much more of an even playing field, I would say, this year than in years past. We've got the likes of Lazard, who did very well, sort of taking M&A and the SSA category. We've also had Credit Suisse winning emerging markets, so it's not just the usual names that are cropping up.
Okay, and we've also introduced some new categories this year, so tell us a bit about those.
We have. We've introduced 3 new categories to reflect the very evolving nature of corporate investment banking. So we have a CSR category, which recognises the banks being...
Corporate social responsibility.
Sorry, corporate social responsibility. The fact that banks have very forward-looking and forward-thinking CSR policies.
And I think we've got one for SMEs, is that right?
We do, to recognise the fact that investment banks are helping those smaller companies access the debt capital market.
Whereas they would have got bank loans, now they're going to the capital markets.
That's right, yes, It's feeding on that disintermediation trend. And finally, we have a FIC trading category, which recognises the strides that banks are taking to tackle the regulatory and digitisation trends that are changing.
So some exciting new categories there. And what about the sort of business overall? I mean, it's always been an international business, but are we seeing it becoming more and more global, despite what's going on in politics?
That's right. It's to the contrary. We see many asset classes becoming very international. So we have typically US products, which are cropping up in Asia. We have dollar-denominated Schuldschein. It's very much globalisation is alive and kicking when it comes to investment banking.
Danielle, it's a very exciting time. We'll look forward to the evening.
Thanks, Brian.